What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of HeartSlayer. You are here with Derrick and Meg, the HeartSlayers. Today, we're going to be taking calls, answering emails, solving everybody's relationship problems out there. So, without further ado, let's get it started.
All right, so this is my first year of college, and it's finally coming to an end. I'm a motion pictures major. I've never really been an academic person. I've always very much been an artist. In high school, I loved theater. I was heavily involved in like the media production side of my high school.
Okay.
What I want to do is make movies, make videos. I want to be able to be creative while making a living doing it. And I'm not going to lie, this first year of college has been kind of tough. There's been a lot of acclimating that I've had to do, growing up, being an adult, living on my own, that kind of stuff. And to be honest, I've been thinking about dropping out. But I'm scared to further disappoint my family, my girlfriend. I mean, my grandma is very successful. She's a highly esteemed doctor in her area. Mm-hmm. My older cousins, who are older by about 5 to 7 years, one is very successful in the Air Force. The other is a fucking biochemical engineer. I don't even know what that is. My girlfriend, she's very successful in her academic life. She's got a 4.0. She was valedictorian of her class. I have so many creative ideas and dreams. And now with the internet, I feel like I have so many different platforms to use to express that creativity to the world. But I feel like rightfully so, I'm scared. You know, I feel like YouTube these days is not stable. What with like, you know, I could go on about the adpocalypse or like video demonetization, yada, yada, yada algorithm.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'd be letting everything ride on me being successful. And that's scary. But I especially wanted to hear what you guys think. I've always looked up to you, Derrick. What you guys do is super, you know, I respect that, you know. And even with what you and Meg do here on HeartSlayers, that's awesome. So I wanted to hear what you guys had to say, if you had any advice for me.
Okay. Woo! Big question. Yeah. All right. So you're going to college, studying film, not really feeling it. How are you enjoying your film studies so far? I mean, you'd say you're thinking about dropping out, but does that mean you no longer want to pursue film, or you're just not feeling the school environment?
Everything I learn is fascinating. But I mean, and it's never been like the film classes that struggle with the BFA that I'm in right now. I have to maintain like a certain level of a GPA to continue on with the program. And there are just so many different like classes and just general education courses that I have to take that maybe I'm not fully interested in, or I'm not passionate about like I am with film and movies.
Yeah.
And so that's hard. But yeah, it's just a lot of other classes that may bring my GPA down or stuff like that. But the things that I want to learn, I'm fascinated about.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? My advice to you is stick with it. You know, don't give up just yet. If you can keep going, keep going. Yeah. Let them fail you. Let them kick you out. But don't give up on yourself. Don't quit, because I think that you will always wonder for the rest of your life or later on in life, you know, if it was the right decision, if it's, you know, could I have stuck with it? I think you should give yourself a chance to stick with it. You know, don't pull the plug on yourself. Like I said, if you don't like the classes, let your teacher give you a bad grade. But don't pull yourself out.
That's what I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was going to community college after high school. And after like a year and a half, I was taking general ed and I just stopped going because I wasn't interested in it and I wanted to be a designer and I was self-taught anyway. And I recently went back to school,
So you ended up regretting it.
Yeah, well, I didn't really regret it, but at the same time, I did want to get my degree.
Yeah.
So either way, if you end up dropping out, chances are you'll probably want to go back at some point. And I'm having to go back to school after not going to school for like 7 years.
Yeah.
And I'm taking design classes now that, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but it's still really interesting. And so I feel like you should just stick with it while you're already there, because chances are you're going to want to go back.
Yeah, I agree. I went to community college too. I ended up dropping out. And even though I found success with Mega 64, I still always felt this compulsion to go back to school. And I still feel it sometimes, because some days we're doing all this crazy stuff, being super successful. Other days, it's a little slow, and I wonder, if I had gone to school, if I had gone through the proper channels of training, would I be further along in my career than I am now?
Exactly, and things are always changing too, and so it's nice to learn it while you can, and then adapt as you go on.
Yeah, I think that in regards to putting your videos on YouTube and maybe worrying that you won't find the success you're looking for. It took me a long time as a filmmaker to kind of define what my own success was. And I finally arrived at this conclusion that, so many people want to be filmmakers. Here's the thing. When you're young, and I was just thinking about this the other day, when you're 19, 20, just out of high school, I remember that all of my friends had a passion, some sort of creative thing they were into. I was into filmmaking. Others were into making music and being in bands. Other friends of mine were into photography. Some of them wanted to be writers. Some of them wanted to be actors, dancers, performers, whatever. Now that I'm in my 30s, here we are a decade later, so many of those friends no longer have those passions, no longer have those hobbies, and they don't really pursue those creative outlets anymore. And I realized that is what made me successful as a filmmaker, was just the fact that I was able to still be doing it after 10 years. And it wasn't that I got a big break. Mega 64 is very lucky in our success. But nobody gave me $1 million check. Nobody said, here, make this movie.
Yeah.
It was really just the fact that I was still going and still doing it. That I hadn't given up, that I hadn't walked away from my dream, which is what made me feel like I was a success.
Right, and you don't really do it to be a success.
Yeah.
You do it because you're passionate about it.
Yeah, I now that I've been doing this for 15 years, I meet a lot of people and they're like, "Oh man, I would love to do what you do. I wish I could do what you do and have your job." And I just always think well then do it.
Yeah. What's stopping you?
What's stopping you? Because I guarantee you, I don't have any more formal training than anybody else, but it's just the fact that I have committed to doing it and I'm still doing it and I never gave up. So many of those people were on the same path as me and then they just decided I'm no good at this. I'm never going to become successful, and they just walked away, and it's well, now you're really not a filmmaker.
Right. Yeah.
Now you have no projects on the table. So if you could just keep facilitating it in some way, even if nobody ever sees it, you just keep pushing yourself, you'll find that after over an amount of time, you'll look back, you'll just be like, damn, I've been doing this for a long time. And I've actually been able to make a little bit of money, and you start to kind of realize the big picture, and you see I could tweak this and be more successful in this way. But you kind of find your confidence over time. So that's why I think it's normal for somebody your age and in your position to kind of wonder, am I doing the right thing? Is this what I really want? And that's why my advice is stick with it, because over time, you will kind of just slide into, having the confidence and feeling good about it.
And I will say college is not for everyone, as the saying goes.
Yeah.
So if you do feel like you're failing and you're just miserable there, then I think that's also a point where, okay, you could call it.
Yeah.
As long as like you're not completely miserable and you're still doing things that you're passionate about and you're still enjoying it, then that's one thing. Because you'll get through the general education.
Yeah. And I think, too, your family will understand if you end up... Sorry. Should have muted that. I think your family will understand if you end up not pursuing this all the way through, because at the end of the day, they want what's best for you, and you're the only person who knows what's best for you, right? This was another thing it took me a long time to realize. Nobody else knows what is best for you in your life, because you're the only person who knows every little nuanced detail of your life, okay? Mm-hmm. You know how all the relationships in your life affect you. You know the things that make you happy. You know the things that make you upset. Nobody else has that in-depth, detailed knowledge about your personality and what you need. So it's up to you to make the decision of, this is what I want. This is what is going to make me happy. Nobody else can really say what those things are for you.
Right.
Some people might suggest, like, yeah, stick with college. Get your degree. That's what you need. But that's something that you need to decide for yourself. So if you decide that you don't want to go to school, if you've really thought about it and you say, like, I know myself and I know that this is what I want, I think your family will support you in any decision you make.
Yeah, I agree.
But when the going gets tough, just like being a filmmaker, every day you can stick with it, I think, increases your success. Mm-hmm. And
since you're already in a film program, you don't know who you're going to meet. So you'll make the connections while you're in school rather than just trying to go at it on your own.
Yeah.
Because that's even harder.
And being in film school as a filmmaker, this is the most creative license you're ever going to have as a filmmaker.
Right.
So right now, you have no responsibility, you have no kids, you're not already invested in a career, you got a lot of free time. You're surrounded by a lot of other creative people who are all burning to make a name for themselves and prove themselves, and they want to be creative. Trust me, as you get older and you move forward in life, those people are going to disappear so fast.
Yeah.
The older you get, the harder it is to find other people that are on the same creative level as you. So this is a perfect time to put a little crew together and start filming stuff and start being creative and being wild and experimentational and trying all this cool stuff. When you get a little bit older, people are going to be like, why are you wasting your time making these stupid videos? People aren't going to ask those questions right now when you're in college. So,
that's true.
I think try to recognize the opportunities you have. Yeah, school's boring. It's hard. It sucks sometimes. But you also are meeting all of these people who can participate in your projects and help you achieve your dream. And they'll do it for free because they want to achieve their dream too. So,
yeah.
It's really a good time to capitalize on that. That's something I didn't realize too.
Right.
When I was younger, that all the people I was with helping me out weren't always going to be available, weren't always going to be interested in making creative stuff.
Right.
So it's a good time to get that off the ground. That was a lot of information. I don't know if that all sunk in or what you make of all that.
That was a better answer than I could have ever imagined. So.
Okay. Well,
Thanks,
hey,
guys.
that's
I really
why we're here.
appreciate it.
Okay, well, I hope that helped, and thank you for your call. Good luck. And start uploading stuff to YouTube,
Yeah,
just get
why
started.
not?
Don't wait for anything. You start today. Just get going.
Aye, aye, Captain.
All right.
All right.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, let me dish it. Let me dish it straight.
Are you eating something?
I'm eating an orange. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I'm in college. I'm a junior in college.
Nice.
I've been dating this honey for about 3 years now, since high school sweethearts.
Okay.
And things are going great. And, one day I wake up and I'm like, it's not working anymore. Something in my gut is like, this has got to end. This person's like my best friend. And, I turn to this person all the time and, always been there for me. But something inside is like, I'm wasting her time. I'm wasting my time. Like, I've got to move on. I wonder, as someone who hates confrontation myself, What do you suggest to a kid who doesn't want to lose someone, lose somebody they're close to, but knows that it's for the best that they get out of the relationship?
All right, wow. So you've had your girlfriend for 3 years. You just woke up one day and weren't feeling it anymore. Did something happen? Did she do something? Was there an event? Did you guys go out?
Well, we're it's a long distance relationship. We both go to different schools,
Oh, okay.
and usually it works out. But I think it was weird. I had like a dream about it, and I know it's like dream stories. Nobody wants to hear dream stories, but it's like I had a dream that we broke up, and it felt right when I woke up in the morning. I was like, oh, that felt like the right move.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's just baloney. But like I've been thinking about it ever since, and I'm just like, oh God, like what am I doing? Like wasting her time.
Okay. Sometimes you have these significant dreams. They're more than just regular dreams.
It's
They're-
your subconscious.
Yeah, they're dreams that are trying to speak to you.
Yeah. You've probably already had it in your head.
So you say you feel like you're wasting her time. What does that mean? You don't intend to
Well,
be with her for, obviously you're thinking about breaking up, but why do you feel like you're wasting her time?
well, because she, she'll always bring up like long distance, like, ooh, we'll live here, like we'll do this and that, and I'm just kind of like shrug it off, like, oh, geez, I'm not sure.
So she wants to move in, she wants to take it to the next level, and you're like, I'm not interested in doing
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of like it's kind of a classic dilemma.
Yeah. She talking about like marriage and stuff?
For sharks, yeah.
Okay. And again, you're like,
Yeah.
I hate to break this to you, but we're not doing that, is what you're thinking.
I'm like, I'm not even sure, what I want to do, who I
Uh-huh.
am as a person. I don't want to, create this veil of whatever.
Yeah. How often do you guys see each other?
At school, we're like 3 hours apart, so like once a month we'll try to see each other, and it works. It's worked in the past, like, and it goes pretty well. But like when we're apart, I'm like, this isn't going well. But then when we're together, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how long distance goes.
Yeah, it sounds like the distance is the main problem. This is what I always say about long distance relationships and why they're really hard, is because you don't see each other very often. You don't see each other very casually.
Right.
When you do see each other, it's like the pressure is on to like stuff all of the relationship
Definitely.
into those few moments.
Right.
So it's very intense. It's very like, la 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 la, we're together, like get all the relationship stuff out quickly because I'm not going to see you again for the majority of the week. And then you
Right.
go away and it's like, you kind of go back to normal. You go back to being yourself. And then,
Yeah.
you think about how like, man, it's like when I'm around my significant other, I have to be on. I have to be elevated. I have to make it like extra special.
Yeah.
Because we can only see each other for a few hours. So I'm suspecting, based on your story, that is causing a little bit of burnout on your end. I don't know if maybe you feel like you're not even really yourself when you're with her.
Yeah.
Because you have to be on.
Yeah, I definitely get those vibes. It's like, it's like spring break right now. So we've seen each other a lot, and it's been like most of the time. But there is like a little, I'm feeling a disconnect. Like we're not really talking as much like when we're in person. It's just like we're still trying to shove in that relationship to that, like, because we know we're gonna be away from each other. But I don't know. It's just like I'm not sure what to do here.
You know what? I am willing to wager that she is probably feeling the same thing as you.
Yeah, especially if there's some sort of not only physical distance, but emotional distance.
Yeah, she's at least suspecting like something's up here. And I'm not.
Yeah,
you know.
she definitely is. She's definitely suspecting. She's not the person to like come forward and tell me. Like, I will send a vibe. I definitely am sending vibes like, ooh, I'm a little colder than usual. But like, she's not one to bring that up because she doesn't want to hear like, she doesn't want to get let down herself.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you say you hate confrontation, but my advice to you is dive right into the confrontation and get it over with as quickly as possible.
Well, this is the problem. There's our 3-year anniversary is today.
Wow.
And we're going to dinner tonight.
Oh, man.
So it's like, I'm not going to bring it up today. And I'm like, oh, I can't bring it up within the next week because it's like, yikes, too soon. It's like, this is uncomfortable. Like, there's no right time. What am I supposed to do?
Well, it's never going to be easy.
There's never going to be a right time to break up. See, the thing is, here's the thing, because I hate confrontation too. And guys who hate confrontation, especially when it comes to breaking up with the girlfriend they no longer want, it's stupid and it's backwards, because by avoiding the confrontation, you have like extended mini confrontations that just go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's worse than just getting it all over with up front, clean and done with it. So if by avoiding the breakup, you want to break up, but you're not going to bring it up, that makes your anniversary awkward to begin with.
Yeah.
So then you have a crappy anniversary. And then your relationship is just always, it starts to become bad. You no longer even have an enjoyable relationship because in your mind, you're looking for the right opportunity to break up.
Yeah.
She's probably picking up on that. So then she's miserable. And
she doesn't want to bring it up.
Yeah, and it's like you've already started the breakup, but you're just not moving forward with it, so you're just suffering with all the negative emotions.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to do, I understand if you don't want to break up on your anniversary. Which
I'm
is
not trying to be
a
jerk. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
Okay,
No.
sure. But I think tomorrow you guys should have a talk and be like, you know what? I know it was our anniversary last night, but I've just been thinking about this relationship. And to be honest with you, the long distance aspect of it is really killing me. And I feel like the relationship is not doing really well. I think it has a lot to do with the distance, but I just find myself not feeling this relationship in the same way anymore.
Right. Just be honest with her.
Yeah,
Tell her how
yeah.
you're feeling.
Just be honest, and you don't need to punish her and dump on her and be like, you suck, and I don't want to be with you.
Right.
I think you can just start the conversation and come at it from the aspect of what you're feeling, and then talk about it with her. Basically, just let her know, like, I'm not feeling this relationship anymore the way I was 3 years ago. And I think that the distance is really making it hard for this relationship to progress. And I don't even know how I feel about this relationship anymore.
Right.
And then hear what she has to say, because I'm sure she has all her own thoughts. The conversation will probably naturally steer towards, maybe we should take a break. Maybe we shouldn't be together anymore. Which is good, because that is ultimately what you want. Is it?
No, it definitely is. It's just like there's so many things that I feel like it's holding that back. Like our families are very close to one another, and she lives pretty close to me, and it's like I don't want to create. It's gonna be very uncomfortable. I know. I think
that you should. I think it's good that you're thinking of all this stuff. You're thinking about all the bridges you're gonna have to cross to get to this relationship over phase.
Yeah.
That's good that you're thinking about that stuff. Bring that up to her and be honest about it, you know? Tell her, like, I'm not feeling this relationship, but I don't want to lose you as a friend, you know? I don't want it to become awkward between our families or us because we're so close together, but I'm just not feeling this anymore. That's just the way it is.
You can't stay in the relationship just like for family's sake or because you don't want confrontation or whatever.
And if she really cares about you, she needs to understand that you can't be in a relationship that you're not feeling. You can't stay with her if it doesn't make you happy. You know, she wouldn't want to date a guy who's miserable to be with her just because they're, you know, to avoid awkwardness between the families. I don't think that's what she wants for somebody she cares about. So, again, I don't think you need to go in there like, look, we need to break up. It's over. And then you, like, slam the door in her face.
Right.
No, just tell her very honestly what you're feeling. You know, this is an issue. The solution is probably not dating anymore, or at least taking a break. But let her arrive at that within the conversation. Just tell her how you're feeling, and basically be like, what can we do about this? Because I don't want to go on feeling like this. And I feel like I'm not a good boyfriend to you if I have these feelings and I'm not sharing them,
Mm-hmm.
And then just work it out naturally.
Yeah, and like I said before, it's not going to be easy. It's a tough conversation, but
Yeah.
it needs to be had.
I think a lot of people may have this misconception of breaking up means I need to make this person hate me and I need to hate them, and we need to stop giving a shit about each other. So let's be mean to each other and let's make it so that none of us ever wants to even think about liking this person ever again.
Right.
But breakups don't need to be that way.
No.
It really can be, hey, we tried it. It takes two to tango. So if one of us isn't feeling it, then that means the relationship just isn't working.
Yeah.
I like you as a person. I want to be your friend. I'm not sure if I want to be in a romantic relationship. What do you have to say about that? What do you think about that?
Yeah.
The person will probably say, well, maybe we should break up.
Right.
And it can be okay. And you could still remain friends or friendly. You don't have to keep hanging out, but you don't have to hate each other.
That's true. Okay. Yeah.
Well, then I think there it is.
Yeah. That. I mean, it's when you say it sounds easy.
I know. You work it up in your head and you make it way more complicated than it needs to be. Just hold on to that core essence of an idea. We don't need to hate each other. We just, we don't need to be dating each other either.
Right.
All right. True.
All right, John Pickles, I hope that helps. I would love to get an update and hear how it goes.
Definitely.
So if you feel inclined, call us back and let us know how it all works out. How's it going, Call?
It's going good. It's going good.
Nice. You're here with Derrick and Meg, the HeartSlayers. What's up?
Okay, so let's see. End of 2016, I got out of a relationship that it took me a long time to get over, like maybe a full year. So in 2017, I moved to a new city and I started looking around in the dating scene for opportunities there. And I went on maybe 2 dates that were just dead ends, either outright ghosting or like just not clicking, like different interests, too far away, whatever.
Okay.
The third one, though, we clicked on a lot over drinks, and we ended up hooking up, which was something that I had no experience with. So it took like maybe a good week for me to like process what just happened to me.
Okay.
But I realized that I liked her, and when we were setting up a second date, she had broken her foot and was sort of out of commission for the next few days. But this was around Christmas time, so she was going to fly home for the holidays to see her family. She ended up flying home early, and she's been there ever since, like just stuck in her hometown with a broken foot. And she had just moved to the same city I moved to. Now she's basically coming back to pack up. She can't afford to live here anymore. She had to drop out of school. She had to quit her job. This is like totally derailed her whole life.
Man, the broken foot has caused all of this?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
But so I got to know her even better through long distance means, which is a little strange for how I normally do things. But we texted a lot, we FaceTimed, and we realized that we really like each other. But now it's all kind of culminating in this April visit where she'll come back in her car to pick up her stuff and then go.
Yeah.
And that could be it. So I guess I'm just wondering, like, I don't know. I don't know what my question is at the end of all of that, but it just kind of feels like the one person that like I've really found something with has been like forcibly removed from my physical radius, and I don't really know what to do now.
Oh man, that's a sad story.
It is.
So this foot has ruined her life, basically.
Yeah.
Is she going home to recuperate? Is she already recuperated,
Yeah, she's had to have multiple surgeries. It was like a complex break in like
Oh, man.
3 different places. Yeah.
do you mind me asking how she broke her foot? Do you know?
What I heard was I guess bouldering is a thing now, like rock climbing without any harnesses.
Oh,
So
okay.
Oh,
she tried that and yeah.
Oh boy.
never
Got
again.
bouldered. Oh man. Okay, so multiple surgeries. Yeah, that's rough. She's gonna stay with her family for a while.
Yeah.
How far away is her hometown from where you are?
Well, so I'll say I'm in Portland, Oregon, and she's in Los Angeles. So
Okay, so like a 3-hour flight,
yeah.
Pretty
like
far.
a day's drive.
Yeah.
15 hours. Yeah, that's a pretty long distance thing. Yeah, so I guess what do you think you're gonna do when she moves away? What do you desire from this girl? Do you want to be in a long distance relationship, or is it just like you're bummed because you feel like this is the end of it?
I don't know. I guess I'm bummed because it sort of feels like a false start. Like
Yeah.
what we've experienced and how we've gotten to know each other since she's been gone has felt like the beginning of dating or the beginning of a relationship, which is weird for me because I don't think that long distance is like something that can work for the type of person that I am. But I've been really surprised by like how well we've still clicked, only having those means available.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe you want to try a long distance relationship. It's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
That plane ticket is going to be like $300 every time you guys want to see each other.
Yeah.
That's a big ticket
Yeah.
to buy. Here's the thing. I don't want to be cold and callous and downplay what you have found with this girl.
Yeah.
But I am the type of person that believes there are plenty of fish in the sea. So
Right.
if you have found qualities in this girl that you like, I'm sure you could find those qualities in a person who lives close to you. That being said, it sounds like this girl is really special to
Yeah.
you and that you want to continue something with her. So I say try it.
It doesn't hurt to try.
You could try the long distance relationship, but they're very tough, and I don't think they work out very much, very often.
Yeah.
It really depends on the person.
Yeah.
I think.
But it seems like so much has been changing so often just from December. Who knows? Maybe this summer you'll go visit down there, or she'll come back up here, or
Yeah.
somebody will plan on moving. But I wouldn't honestly go into. It's hard going into a long distance relationship because you don't want to expect the person to change their whole life just for you.
Yeah.
But they kind of have to.
Yeah.
One of you is going to have to change the way you're living for the relationship to work.
Right.
Who's it gonna be? You can't maintain
Yeah.
this relationship forever with one person in LA and one person in Oregon.
Plus, it's kind of hard when you're just starting out in a relationship and then all of a sudden it's long distance.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
another obstacle for you.
Yeah. Maybe just stay friends. You know? Stay close and chat with each other with the understanding that, if we lived close together, maybe there'd be a romantic relationship here, but because of the circumstances, I really like you, you really like me, but it's just not going to work out.
Right. And you never know, like, it could develop into a full-blown relationship. And like Derek said, one of you might move. So
Yeah.
keep it casual, I guess.
Yeah, we kind of talked about like de-escalating things just for the sake of our own feelings. But it's coming up that like I'll see her again for the first time in a few months. And I feel like it'll be a bit more than just friends hanging out, but at the same time, I feel like both of us are hesitant to try and make it anything more because it could just hurt more.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's smart. You can't help liking somebody and having a connection with somebody, but
No.
sometimes it's just not in the cards, you know? The circumstances just don't allow it. And it's sad for everybody involved, but it's better than, developing emotions and getting involved with somebody for a situation that is just not going to be fulfilling to anybody.
Right. But it is good that you've had these conversations and you seem to be on the same page. So at least you know that she's not walking away with all of these feelings expecting a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might meet somebody where you live, somebody new. She might meet a guy down there. That just happens sometimes because it's easier to date somebody when you see them every day.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure. You can just hang out. It's real casual. You can both go home at the end of the night.
Yeah.
That's the thing about long distance relationships. When you're annoyed with the person or you fight with them, you can't go home.
No.
You're fucking stuck with them for like a week straight. And it's like, oh my God. There's so many problems with a long distance relationship that aren't present in a close distance relationship.
That's very true.
They're just extra hard in so many ways.
Yeah.
So unless you are really head over heels for the person, I don't recommend getting into a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to like somebody, have a crush on them, have a special connection with them, have a thing with them, visit them, hang out, Even if you're visiting them and you guys hook up, as long as you're not getting too emotionally involved.
Right.
Just because the distance sucks. The distance sucks, and there's no getting around that. So, you didn't really have a question. I don't really have advice. We're just kind of spitballing here. The pros and cons of the long distance relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, I would try to just. There needs to be a word between, a status between relationship and friends with benefits.
Yeah.
Because you guys are here in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like relationship with no benefits.
Right.
Or friends on the verge of relationship.
Right.
Friends with benefits sounds bad. It sounds like you guys are just using each other for physical. Bleh. It's more than this. You guys have an emotional connection.
Yeah.
But you're smart enough to know it's just like, hey, look at the facts. This ain't going to work out like a regular relationship. Yeah, this kind of sucks. So that's what you guys are. You're in between.
Yeah.
So I think if you just go in knowing that, having very open and honest conversations with each other, maybe even say hey, you might meet somebody down there. I might meet somebody up here. I like you, but we got to understand that might happen, and that's okay. But for what we have going on right now, let's just try to enjoy it while we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my advice to you. I hope that helps.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for the call. And good luck. Take it easy. All right, everybody, we're back here with an email from a girl who goes by the letter S, and it says, "Hey, Meg and Derrick, I have a quick question for the HeartSlayers. Should I join some dating apps like Tinder if I hope to be in a relationship? I have some major reservations about dating apps, but I almost feel like it's my only choice if I want to be in a relationship at this time, especially with me being so shy. I'm not looking to hook up, but an actual relationship. Should I just get over my fear and join? Thank you. S." What do you think about that? What is your take on dating apps leading into real relationships?
Well, it just kind of depends on who you meet, I feel. Because I have friends that have major success stories with it.
Yeah.
Like my best friend just got into a serious relationship with somebody that she met on Bumble. One of my best friends met her husband on Tinder.
Okay.
So I feel like as long as you're straightforward about not wanting a hookup, then I mean, you never know, but then again, Tinder especially is known for hookups.
Well, I know a guy who married a girl off of Tinder. And that is probably not what Tinder was created for, but it
Yeah.
happens. And, I was making fun of him, and I was like, I can't believe this was before he got married. He was engaged. I was like, I can't believe you're engaged to somebody you met off of Tinder.
Right.
How does that even work? Like, I thought Tinder was for hooking up.
Yeah.
What are you doing getting married over here? You're using Tinder wrong, bro. It's not what it's made for. And this is what he said, and it opened my eyes.
Yeah.
But he was like, you know what? How does anybody meet anyone? You go to a bar, you see somebody attractive on the other side of the room, and you think, hey, I like the way they look. You don't know anything about their personality.
Yeah.
You're literally just going off what they look like and how that makes you feel. And he's like, how is Tinder any different
Exactly.
from seeing a cute girl at the other side of the bar
Yeah.
and giving her the nod and walking up and talking to her?
Yeah.
At least on Tinder, you know that she finds you attractive too.
Yeah.
Because you guys have to make that mutual connection. So that actually removes the level of awkwardness of like feeling out the situation
Right.
when you're out in public.
Right. It's just, I think it's also the whole like stranger danger thing where I'm meeting somebody from the internet.
Yeah.
Where I don't know anything about them realistically if you don't really talk to them. But
Yeah, but again, that's no different from meeting somebody in a bar.
No, that's very true.
Everybody in a bar is a stranger, and you're literally just going off of, I find them attractive.
Yeah.
They could be a psychopath.
Exactly.
You don't know anything about them.
Right.
So once I had that conversation, it kind of changed my whole outlook on dating apps and Tinder, and I really thought like, yeah, there is no difference.
No.
The only difference is that you get more socially awkward people
Yeah.
by
That's true.
using dating apps because you are the bar or the public space has the natural weeding out deterrent of
Right.
you actually need to be able to socialize and operate in the real world like a functioning human being.
Right.
You can't just be this strange Nosferatu, like,
Yeah. Hello.
In your little cape with your fangs on, like,
Right.
hi, I find you really attractive.
Oh, God.
Going out in public, you have to actually socialize by the rules of society. But
Yeah, but then again, on Tinder, you could run into the situation where somebody's really great over text, and then they're that in person.
yeah, that's true.
So
So, you know what? Dating is hard no
It
matter
is.
what. It's always hard. So, any tool you could use to your advantage to make you feel comfortable, to give
Yeah.
you, the edge on the competition, I say use it.
go for it, because even as an adult now, like I don't know how to meet people. Like I'm not gonna go to a bar and meet someone.
Yeah.
So obviously, like it's friend connections or online dating.
Yeah. And so how do you let people know that you are not interested in hooking up?
I've seen that in people's profiles on these dating apps.
Okay.
People say like I'm not looking for a hookup, or you could just be very frank with that person and say like I'm not looking to hook up with you if it is going down that road.
I'm not looking for a hookup unless you are extremely hot.
Exactly, because you don't know.
Unless-
You can go on a date with somebody and it could go down that path and it could just happen.
That's what your profile needs to say. Not looking for a hookup unless you are fucking irresistible. Then I will consider the hookup.
And then who knows, it could be a relationship after
Yeah.
that.
Otherwise, just looking for a long-term relationship. Nah, don't say that. I'm just kidding. But
I also think that the apps that are like Bumble or OkCupid or
there's
all
better
the-
apps than Tinder.
because I think Tinder also does have that stigma where it is for hookups.
Yeah.
So I think if you're maybe using anything but Tinder, even though it's probably one of the most popular.
You know what? I'd say use them all. I think that everybody thinks like, oh, Tinder means hookups. But then how often is it that you just meet the person and it is just a regular date with no
Right.
hooking up?
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably more popular and
Yeah.
it happens more often through Tinder than actual just like, yeah, we met, we banged, 15 minutes later, I was at home back on Tinder. That doesn't happen.
Right.
Dating in general, I think if you go into dating telling people I want a long-term relationship, it's like, whoa, okay, hit the brakes. You always want to keep it light and casual, and so Tinder is already light and casual, but you're dating people, so you get to meet them. If you like them, you go on a second date, you get to learn more about them. After a couple of dates, the relationship just kind of happens.
Yeah.
You don't want to just get into a relationship with somebody that you don't like or don't know anything about. So, you're searching for a relationship that's going to entail a lot of trial and error. You're going to be meeting people that you don't want to be in a relationship with.
Oh, yeah.
So keep that in mind. And use these dating apps and just keep it light and fresh for a little while,
Yeah, and you're not going to find anything by not putting yourself out there.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's important, once you know what you're looking for and once you know what you want, then you will be able to seek it out. You'll attract it. It's the law of attraction. I think some people don't know what they want. They don't want a serious relationship, and so they don't find one. The people who do want a serious relationship, they end up seeking it out.
Yeah.
But it might take a couple dates. So go for it, and thanks for your email. All right, we're going to do one more email here. This one comes from a guy who goes by the letter J, and it says, Dear HeartSlayers, how would you, I think that's a mistake. How do you gauge a person's interest in you? I feel some people are afraid to make the first move, even when they're prepared to, because they don't want to offend or ruin their chances or blow it. Thanks, Jay. How do you know when somebody is into you? How do you gauge their interest?
That's a great question. Something that I'm not good at.
Well, you know what? When you know, you know.
Yeah.
Until you find out that you were completely wrong.
Yeah.
All right. How do you gauge a guy's interest in you? Or conversely, how do you let a guy know that you're interested in him?
I don't even know.
Yeah?
I think my usual tactic is to keep in constant communication, not like annoying, like constantly texting, but like checking in, like, hey, just like so that they know that you're thinking about them and it's special. I don't know. But on the flip side, I never really can tell if somebody's into me because half the time I just think they're being friendly. So,
in this modern world of ours, the line is so blurred between friendly and interested.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are maybe, there's this fear of repercussion of like, oh, I made a move on this girl who only wanted to be friends with me. I'm fucking roasted now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to get a reputation of being a dastardly sicko guy that no girl can be friends with. The fear is out there. You don't want to be labeled that guy. Nobody does.
No, but some of those guys, like, they'll do it to any girl that they know. So sometimes they deserve that reputation.
Yeah, which is probably the worst thing our friend here wants to hear.
Yeah. Sorry.
You know what, though? I think you are able, as a guy, you're able to know yourself well enough to know that I'm not that guy.
Right.
I don't make a move on every single girl I hang out with.
You know if you're making a move constantly.
Yeah, if you are the kind of guy that's making a move on every single girl you hang out with, then you have a problem.
Then you should probably not do that.
Then you're going to be labeled. If you have met a girl and you feel like she is really special and you are really interested in just that girl, it is okay to approach the idea of considering making a move. I should really mute my phone
Probably.
before we do another episode. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you some tips, all right? I'm going to make it so easy for you.
Let's hear it.
All right, first of all, before I get into how to make your move,
Oh, God.
I'm gonna give you the mindset I'm going to let you into the mindset of somebody who likes you so that you can learn to pick up on the tips and the hints that she is laying down. All right. You're going to know without a doubt whether this girl likes you or not. All right.
Okay.
So first of all, you have to consider what it is like to like somebody, right? If this girl likes you, then think about where she's coming from in her mindset, which is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm glad I have you here.
Okay.
I really like this guy. I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't know if he likes me.
Yeah.
But I want him to like me,
Yeah.
and so I want to let him know that I like him without letting him know that I like him,
Yeah.
so that I don't embarrass myself. Right?
Yeah.
So you're probably in the same boat. As a guy, you're thinking like, I like this girl. I don't want to scare her away. I don't want her to think I'm a creep.
Yeah.
How do I let her know that I like her? You're both in the same boat. You're both looking for this opportunity to let the other person in on this information. You don't know when you're going to get this chance. So here's what ends up happening. You guys just spend all of this time together tiptoeing around waiting for the opportunity. So a really big sign that a person is into you is they want to spend a lot of alone time together with you.
Yeah.
And obviously, society has put all of these conventions and normal expectations of what a relationship is. Everybody's aware of these things. So we know that hanging out on a Tuesday at noon is cool, but not very romantic. That's something friends might do. Whereas hanging out on a Saturday night at 8:00.
Oh yeah.
That's date time right there.
Prime date time.
Yeah. So, if you're hanging out with this girl on the weekend at night alone, just the two of you, doing romantic stuff, going places I don't know where you're from, but here in San Diego, we've got the beach and we've got Belmont Park, which is this roller coaster boardwalk park next to the beach. That's date stuff.
Yeah.
If you're doing that on a Saturday night, and she's not calling any of her friends, and she's looking at you with those doting eyes, and you guys, ooh, let's get ice cream. Ooh, you want to share some? And you're sharing ice cream.
Feeding each other.
Yeah, you're sharing food. She's into you. All right. And
I think that's a pretty clear sign.
sometimes guys are so dumb they just don't even pick up on this
Fair
stuff.
enough.
If you guys are Netflix and chilling till 2 a.m. every
Yeah.
single night, she's alone at your house into the wee hours of the morning.
Oh, yeah.
To where anybody who knew that would be like, oh, what did they do last night? I wonder.
I wonder.
She's into you.
Yeah.
All right.
She's waiting for you to make the first move.
Yeah, and so what you have to do is, pull the trigger, okay? It feels like sometimes you're holding a gun to your head, and you're like, if I make this move and it goes wrong, pull the trigger. That's what I'm going to say. Just, you know what? Just go for it. Don't be afraid of the rejection. Here's the thing. If a girl's been hanging out with you for that long, it's unfathomable that...
Yeah, the chances of being rejected are really slim.
The chances, exactly, of the rejection are really... I feel like it's weird of, we've been going out every Saturday night. I've been staying over here till 3 a.m. Oh, you tried to kiss me? What the fuck?
What are you doing?
I'm never coming over here ever again.
Then that's on her.
Yeah, girls are smart.
Yeah. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, you're both searching for that moment to let the cat out of the bag. You're purposely putting yourself in these situations well, hey, come on,
Yeah.
I'm serving up the ball here. Give me a spike.
Yeah.
Volleyball metaphor. So that's my advice to you. How do you gauge somebody's interest? Invite them into situations that would imply romantic interest. And do that a couple of times, 2 or 3 times. and then go for it, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you wait too long, it's gonna get weird.
Oh God, she'll be wondering, are we just friends?
Yeah, and then it gets to a point where it's like, well, I don't even know if I like this guy anymore.
Yeah.
We kind of are just friends. He's kind of like my brother. And then that's when shit gets weird. Because I think if you like my brother, you tried to kiss me.
Yeah.
You don't want to wait too long. You want
No.
to, get into the relationship as soon as you can.
Yeah. Don't miss any opportunity
yeah.
that she's opening for you.
Yeah. Don't miss the opportunity, exactly, because the opportunity only comes once and then it's gone, and you're just this mopey guy.
You're just a sad brother.
Yeah, so you don't want to do that. So again, gauge it, put yourself in some situations to, nurture the romantic feelings, kindle that fire, and then, make your move, whatever your move is. I'm not gonna say what the move is gonna be.
Don't do a creepy move.
What is a good move that a guy has made on you? Are you willing to share that information?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
All right. Girls never want. They don't know what they want.
It's a secret.
They can't say what the move is.
It's a secret for girls only.
Give her a kiss. There, I said it. Okay.
I didn't want to say it.
I said it. That's what the move is.
Don't do the oh, I'm so tired.
That's good
arm
advice.
around. Don't do
That's
that.
good advice. Go to a romantic spot. Go to the most secluded, beautiful spot. The stars are shining bright. You're by the water. You guys are alone. You hear the ocean. It's like, oh man, this is like out of a romantic movie. And be like, then just blast her with it. Like, hey, you want a kiss?
Yeah.
See what she says. And then when she won't say yes. Here's what she'll do. She'll be like,
I don't know.
She'll kind of shrug and be like, kind of, Pull her in, plant one on her.
God.
You guys are good to go.
Or just do it when it feels right. You don't have to go anywhere special for it.
Well, I'm saying it'll feel right when
when you set it up like that.
when you're at the special location, it'll feel right.
When you're at the secret location.
Don't be like filling up the Slurpee at 7-Eleven and then turn over to her and be like, hey, you want a kiss? In the middle of, no,
Hey, I'll buy you a Slurpee if you give me a kiss.
Yeah, you guys are eating burritos and you take a bite of your bean and cheese burrito and you're like,
right then.
Exactly. So, set yourself up for success.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Hope that helps. Jay, let us know if this advice was good.
Please.
How did it all work out for you? Really appreciate the email. Thanks and good luck. All right, everybody, that just about wraps up our episode for the day. I want to say thank you so much for watching, and a big thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. The Mega 64 Patreon, for just $1, you get to see all of these episodes 1 week early. And as always, a huge thank you and shout out to everybody who leaves a comment on our YouTube channel. I've noticed that there are many HeartSlayers cropping up out there. People who respond to every single issue.
Oh, it's great.
On every single call. We have like a little HeartSlayers army now that we're building up. So big thank you to everybody out there. It's always interesting to get other people's takes on these issues. Not everybody agrees with what we say, but that's okay.
fine.
Yeah, I appreciate all viewpoints.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you want to get more information on HeartSlayers, or if you just want to know what's going on in our life, you can follow us at Twitter. I am at Gustavo.
And I am at Furnacewitz.
Yes, we will be back in 2 weeks. We are doing HeartSlayers, taking new calls every Tuesday morning, every other Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Yes. Skype in to Mega64 Podcast or email us, podcast@mega64.com. And hey, you know what? If you're not around 10 a.m. on Tuesdays, because I know it's early. Some people got work. Some people are sleeping.
Yeah.
Record a video.
Yeah.
Post it on YouTube. You can make it an unlisted link. Send us a link to the video. We'll watch it. We'll show it here. We'll treat it as if it's a call. Mm-hmm. And we'll answer your situation.
Yeah.
So thanks to everybody for watching, for supporting us. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.